this is just a quick overview of the two larger Zohd Sonic model planes, the Dart XL and the Talon GT Rebel, which is the new one. They're just the two wing panels from the two different planes. Okay, so the Talon has two beds, two bays, so you're not messing about with one large one like on the Dart. The bridge is moulded plastic and it is firmly set in. That is quite strong. I'll give it a good bit of pressure and it's going nowhere, so that's great. Battery bay, that goes through to the nose like on the Dart, and then you've got the camera panels at the front for if you want to go FPV that way. The servos and connectors are already pre-wired, and that's a short extension cable for the V-tail. No, can't be. Anyway, I'll have a look. No, that must. I'll have a look. The battery, luckily, is XT60, so I don't have to mess. And there is another lead for your FPV equipment, just so you're not messing around with wire and everything to the same leads. That is your double servo connector and the locking pin for the V-tail. 40 amp this time, Mark II series, 2 to 4 cell, yeah, whatever. Battery, I don't know if this will focus, is the same 2216 1300 kilovolt motor as on the Dart XL, basically the exact same motor. It's just they've upgraded the ESC. There is a little plastic header thing for your GPS, which is quite nice. It's only flexible plastic, but it's better than none. Okay. The battery strap is now like a leather, plastic leather thing. They're nicer. That's nicer for me. Compared to the sort of Velcro one before. They both do the same job, so it makes no difference, to be honest. The foam on the Talon GT feels much denser, feels stronger. It's slippy, but what Zohd have done is they've moulded their name over and over into the bottom of the foam, and this works as like a grip. So, and it works very well, so it gives you something to grab hold of underneath. The rest of the foam is just, it is quite slippy. It's strong and it's good quality, but it's quite slippy in your fingers. So you do need something down there for when you're doing a hand launch. Let's see. The ventral fins on the bottom is a nice little touch, and the exhaust. yeah, I'm not too bothered about the exhaust. But the ventral fins, they can make a lot of difference. It just depends on the plane. I know on my old F16, I forgot to put the ventral fins on one day and it flew like a dog. Put the ventral fins on like a baby. So the little touches, they do make a big difference. Sometimes, just depends on the planform. The Dart XL I've covered in 75mm strapping tape, and then I've hit the tape with a low temperature heat gun, and it shrinks the tape a little bit, and it sort of like, it makes, this is solid, this is bloody solid, and I've just wiped any dirt off the bottom. That's why it looks nice and clean. So I'll be doing the same to the Talon, just to protect it. It's worked that I've gotten enough nose in on this one before, and it's done nothing. And I just wiped a little bit of grass off the bottom. I'll be doing the same for that, just for strength. Okay. Right, the wings, well, I've got to move a bit. There's a lot more wing area on the Dart, but different planform obviously. I don't see any problem. The wing, the foam is definitely more compact and more dense. On areas on the Dart, you can sort of feel that it's a little bit softer, whereas on this, that is solid. That really is stiff foam. The servos are pre-installed and they come with adjustable push rod links on ball joints, which is great. Should reduce any friction. You know. Again, there's 2 sockets, same as with the Dart XL, 2 sockets with a little square cutout here with a cut wire channel. You can put whatever you feel like in. Anyway, box into there. Right. The aileron hinge is, well, it looks just, yeah, it's just foam, looks perfectly fine. These servos are Mark II metal gear. So the same as in the Dart. The carbon rod for the Talon, which is the top one, is definitely thicker and longer. You could actually slide the Dart one inside the Talon plug, which sort of lets you know that it's a lot, well, it's thicker and stronger. But they're both nice. Both wings, excuse me. Both wings are actually quite strong even without the carbon rod. Especially the Dart. Not going to tell you that one now, but the Dart will fly without the carbon rod. Anyway. Everything, I like how everything just goes together nice and simply. The ventral fins need screwing on this one. It would have been nice if they had the same sort of catch lock as the V-tail. Excuse me, I'm doing it one-handed and I've got to get past wires. So it would have been nice if the ventral fins attached the same way underneath, just so you remove them to store in the box rather than having to. They're the only thing that you need screws, a screwdriver for, which is a bit, you know, it's okay, it's good, it's not a big issue. The wing saddle cover and the battery bay are the same slot and neodymium magnet catch, and they both, you can pick the model up by the, so it's a decent enough magnet. There's this, right, hang on, sorry, just moving the GPS out of the the Talon GT is about 2 inches longer than the Dart. I don't know why. It would have been quite interesting if what Zohd had done was to use the same body, same fuselage, but just adapt the that would be the wrong wing, wouldn't it? Sorry, it would have been nice if what they'd done is make a wing root, a wing that we could create different models from using the same body. There's nothing wrong, I don't mean there's anything wrong with that. I really like that V-tail. That looks fucking, that looks beautiful. That it really does. But it would be nice if we could just have one body type, but with multiple wing configurations or multiple model type configurations. There's no reason why you couldn't create a wing that's slotted into the Dart body that then used this rear section in some method to attach the V-tail. Yeah, no reason at all, and then you would have only needed one body. It would have also cut down on tooling costs and all the rest, production costs, blah 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 blah. But it would be nice if we could just have one body and create multiple models from that one body. I think it would just add to the brand. It would also give you a little bit of, well, variation, a little bit of customizable, a little bit of adding your own little bits to make your own unique models. You could have had a Dart with a proper V-tail, or a Talon with a T-tail, or a Dart with a T-tail. Don't see why you couldn't do that. No, should work somehow, especially with a flight controller. Just one of them little things, you know, maybe for future use. But I've said it before, it would be nice to be able to have a core that we then added wing panels or whatever to create what we want, because that would look pretty sexy there. Just and with a nice V-tail, huge long nose. Anyway, that's just a quick overview. I'll do another video when I've decided what electronics I'm going to put in the Talon GT. I need to set up another I don't know, probably another Maytech wing with the same setup here, which is sorry, down there amongst all the gubbins is a Maytech wing. That's a GPS, that's an OLED readout, so I can just, you know, it tells me what's going on, whether I've got good GPS lock, satellites, all the rest of the stuff that you need to know, just so I'm not always looking in the goggles to see, just to make sure that the electronics have started up correctly. Don't need to be messing with my goggles. I can launch without and know that it's done. And I'll be using the same eSheen 800 milliwatt video transmitter. What I use for this, because it is just, yeah, smart audio and all the rest of the oven, all the bits you need, and it's, I haven't got any problems with it. It works perfectly. But I'll do another video when I get the electronics sorted, and then we'll know a little bit more.